After enjoying the 4th episode of Daima, it's time to review the preview for episode 5. The plot is finally starting to take shape and is becoming really exciting. It's time to look at the few conflicts, Goku's arrival, the addition of Pansy to the team, and especially the dispute between the demonic kings Goma and Dark over the demonic kingdom. Let's start by addressing the previous preview. In the analysis, I had mentioned the possibility of a situation similar to Dragon Ball GT, where Goma army is also abusing the inhabitants of demonic kingdom in a cruel manner. Goma's greed and evil seem to be a bit more brutal as they take years of lives of the people. Let's hope we continue to find more hidden details, especially for those of us who enjoy making forecasts and predictions for the upcoming episodes. Now let's focus on the episode 5. The preview shows a sequence of images. At the beginning, we see King Goma, and at the end, a new character who will debut in the series. In between, we see Goku in conflict with the inhabitants of the demonic kingdom. We also had the incomplete introduction of the masked magician named Pansy. First, let's discuss the title of this chapter, which has been named Pansy. As we observed, Pansy is a girl who is against the atrocities committed by Goma. While her rebellious spirit is commendable, it seems she doesn't possess the necessary powers to stop Goma's army misdeeds. Pansy, GT or Pansy must know that if it wasn't for Goku, she might not have survived that place. Her desire to have Goku on her side can serve her objectives. It will be important to see what Supreme Kai thinks of Pansy. Although she seems to have noble intentions of helping her people, we can't fully trust her as she is a magician. Supreme will likely not let his guard down with Pansy, just as he does with Glorio, who cannot make the slightest move without raising Supreme's suspicion. Continuing with the plot of episode 5, we see Goku once again in conflict with the inhabitants of Demonic Kingdom. Since his arrival, he hasn't stopped fighting, first with the bandit archers that Glorio dealt with, then with the types who stole their ship in the CD bar, followed by the army of King Goma, and now with another group of magicians. To be honest, I think we'll have another easy fight for Goku and the others. There are two possible events that could happen. The demonic people are very hostile and may attack Goku just for being different. But once they see they have no chance against him, they might retreat. Alternatively, Goku could confuse or attack them, thinking they are evil types. Now, let's move to the most important part of the episode, King Goma and King Dakan, the two characters fighting for control of the demonic kingdom. After Goma turned the Z warriors into dwarves and subsequently kidnapped Dende, he has now returned with more power. This Nano, who initially seemed insignificant next to Deborah, turns out to be much more ruthless. The exploitation and abuse of authority towards the inhabitants of the demonic kingdom are some of the reasons why many magicians want to overthrow Goma. I was one of those who initially thought Goma would be a funny character in the series, but he turns out to be complete tyrant. However, I still hope in Desu, who doesn't seem as evil to me. Moving on, let's talk about the new character introduced in the final frames of the preview. If Glorio is taking Goku and Supreme to meet King Dakan or Dakan, hope I'm pronouncing it right, we can deduce that this new character is indeed the new demonic king or the king of evil world Dakan. While Dakan has already been presented in the Daima trailers, I wasn't confident in saying it was him due to the lack of details. However, the situation has changed now. The character has a special suit with a shield and a cape, as well as a staff or scepter, which is typically associated with kings. He also seems to have a pair of antennas on his head, similar to an insect. The ominous environment with scattered skull and bones and Dakan playing golf with the skulls raises the question of whether Goku and Supreme will be willing to collaborate with such a being. This could open up an interesting debate. On one hand, they seek to defeat Goma for his cruel actions against the magician people, but on the other hand, if Dakan turns out to be another ruthless ruler, he might be even worse than Goma. In summary, I think Pansy will become a sort of Pan 2.0 and may be a burden for the team at times. As for Goma, I feel that each chapter will present a new atrocity he commits against the inhabitants of the demonic kingdom. As for Glorio and Dakan, it is still too early to know their true intentions, but if they are planning something evil, we will likely see it in the final arc of Daima. What are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know your ideas in the comments. That's all for now, and I'll see you in the next video.